Dawuane, I wonder if you could address the two plays you made back-to-back, stopping a guy on 3rd and 1, then the sack. Wondering, at a time when the offense kind of needed the defense to make a couple of stops because things had kind of bogged down a little bit, what do those two plays and maybe the overall performance of the defense say about the emphasis on physical toughness and mental toughness with this team under the current coaching staff? And do you like the direction we're going?
I definitely like the direction we're going. During that time, like, obviously we knew that we needed some plays to be made, but I mean, we just stayed disciplined. You know, that was our whole focus, just to stay disciplined together and just be in the right place at the right time. You know, the great thing about that play, the TFL, Tyson, he hit him first, and then I ended up, you know, just being at the right place at the right time, and I ended up collecting it as well too. And then the other sack as well too. Josh, me and him, we communicated the game. And it just worked perfectly. He just knew exactly what he needed to do. He got in there, and then it just like all came together at the right time. We all was at the right place at the right time, and we were communicating well, and things all worked out.
Was there a part of you that was wondering how's Coach Campanile going to handle first time as a defensive coordinator, first game, and how do you think he did?
I never thought that I was like, oh, well, how's he going to handle it? Like he's a guy with like a lot of emphasis around like, you know, just getting ready for the game. Like he doesn't, they have a joke, like he doesn't sleep. He literally doesn't, like he'll be here all night. So never even had to worry about how he was going to show up on his first day. And he called a great game.
First regular season back, you know, in front of the Jacksonville fans. Just what was that for you? What were the emotions kind of like?
Emotions were high. I was nervous being back, but I mean, when I was able to make those couple plays, I made the first play and I heard that Smoot, I was like, oh yeah, I'm home. And then after that, the next play came. I was like, I gotta, you know, hype him up, let him know I hear him as well too. It was just so great, and I just thank Duval for embracing me with open arms.
And then you guys got them off the field, worked down a couple times. What does it say about just your guys' defense coming up big in those high leverage gotta have situations?
We just know and understand. Like I said, we're just disciplined. You know, like we worked on that, especially I feel like after the Pittsburgh game, and we had a couple of lining up issues, a little subbing issues, and that's what we've been pounding during camp. The rest of the time, we've been making sure we're at the right place at the right time. We're staying disciplined and not getting too, you know, out of it. Knowing and understanding that it's a big play that needs to be made, and we're gonna make the play. You know, just staying calm and just being there.
You guys talked all off season about wanting to be physical, wanting to show that. What did it mean to show it in that manner? Maybe start establishing that identity.
It's just creating a culture. You know, this this camp was one of the most physical camps I've had. You know, our offense, they have a real mentality around running the ball. You know, this year, and you know we have 3 great backs, and we got, you know, our 5 down there, ready to run anybody and everybody off the ball. So that's just a culture we're trying to build here, you know, is to be as physical as we can. And, you know, knowing and understanding how physical our offense is, we meet their energy as well, too, on the defense. We're coming downhill as well, too. So, I mean, iron sharpens iron at the end of the day. So I feel like that's the culture we're trying to build.
You got one win under your belt now. How do you keep building off that?
What do you mean, just like wins in general?
How do you build momentum moving through the season? I mean, it's 1 week down, but it's still a long way to go, right?
I feel like I think I was talking to Mia about this yesterday as well too. She asked me like it seemed like you guys just moved on to the next thing, you know, because we knew that we didn't play a perfect game, you know what I'm saying, and we understand like where we have to go, and we understand there's more to get. So I feel like we're just focused. You know, it was a great win. We understand that there was a lot of things that we didn't do well as well too, and things that we did do well. So we know that we have to come together on Wednesday, and we got a lot of stuff to work on. So we're just trying to build on it. You know, the fact that we're even thinking about we have more work to do, that's encouraging for sure.
Well, I know it's still young, the season, but in any way, does the preseason, this first game, have kind of the vibes of 2017? Your rookie year?
I mean, I would say it for sure. I mean, just the consistency and how we're showing up each and every day. I mean, just guys are they're ready to be here. They're happy to be here. You know, the energy as well with the coaching staff. Everybody's just ready to, you know, come together every day and just win, man. Just a winning mentality. So I definitely see some likeness from that for sure.
Does this group talk as much as 2017 does?
You talking about on the field? Yeah, it get a little chippy out there for sure. I mean, that we bring the energy. I mean, like we were saying, like we're trying to bring that culture, just being the most physical on the field. So I feel like that's what we're gonna try to show each and every week.
turnovers in that first game. I mean, last year, the whole season, this team had 9. I mean, that goes a long way to kind of start seeing those turnovers, see the puck go in the net, right?
I mean, they come in bunches, at the end of the day. So the hope is that we're able to keep, allowing them to come in bunches. Like you said, 3. I mean, we really look at like 5 because we had 2 turnover rundowns as well, too. So, I mean, we're just trying to, keep them going and just keep stacking them each and every week.
You already had relationships with a couple guys on the line, like Josh, Trayvon, Devon. What's it been like kind of getting to know the new guys, Eric, Colin Saunders, who you did play with before?
The great thing about Eric is that I've watched him for so long. We really admired each other's game as well too. When Narton came down here, he used to tell me all the time, like, "Oh, Eric and them, like, they really respect your game and stuff." And then when we met each other, it was like, I know you too. So I feel like our games really mesh, and as well as Agba as well too. We've been in the league for a while. Me and his career like very eerily similar. It's very, we're both the same body types as well too, and it just works out. I mean, the new guys that are here, they kind of mesh with the old guys, and you already know me, Trey, Josh. We're like thick as thieves, so it goes either way.
And then the 2 rookies, what have you seen from them just over the course of training camp and get to this point?
Man, the 2 guys that are making the team, they're both undrafted. That shows right there that they're never afraid to work hard as well too. BJ and Strigo, they're both like, they're both just good rookies altogether. They're eager to learn. BJ, he came to me literally the first day, was like, "Hey, let me take that helmet immediately." And he's just like so eager to suck up every amount of information that we give them. So I feel like they're going to have a long, prosperous career if they keep that mindset and just keep it going.
Dawuane, earlier Coach Cohen mentioned about Mason being inactive, but he pointed out that, he missed the first 3 weeks of camp, still, needs to get more reps, more opportunities, and he expressed every confidence that Mason was going to, make a contribution at some point. As a teammate and a guy that's been playing with him and everything, do you feel like Mason will be kind of make his presence known at some point?
Oh yeah, he's a contributor. At the end of the day, what he did last year, like late in the season, how he was able to just come out here and just ball and go crazy. I mean, at the end of the day, you can't keep Mason off the field. At the end of the day, I mean, I feel like they're gonna make it really hard on the coaching staff each and every week of who's gonna be inactive, who's gonna be up, and I feel like they're gonna have to find a way to get Mason on the field too.
A lot of new guys made big contributions on defense. I mean, you're kind of new because you weren't here last year. But you and Eric and Jordan, how important is that for you guys to kind of put your stamp on that defense this early?
I feel like it's very important. I mean, for the new guys in the room, everybody's looking at us like, oh, are they going to make plays? Are they going to, do what we signed them to do and stuff like that? And I feel like we all showed up. J. Lou, boy, he is a dog. I mean, he's been doing it all camp, and he really showed up big for us, last night as well too. Like really not last night, but yesterday. But he showed up big, and I feel like everybody else, the contributions that we made this off season as well too. I feel like everyone's coming together. We're just doing a great job for sure.
Talk about culture, establishing a culture. How much easier is that to do in week 1 when you pull out a win like that?
I feel like it's really easy. I mean, it's easy to just stack. A good performance yesterday. It's gonna be easy to stack for the next upcoming weeks as well too. Like you said, like we're trying to build a culture. So I mean, we're on to the next. We're not harping on this. We just got done watching film, and we're already talking about Cincy already. So we're ready to go.
Thanks.
All right, thank you.
So only 1 quarterback hit, no sacks. What does a performance like that kind of feel as an offensive lineman leading the game? Your quarterback basically went untouched the whole game.
Yeah, we're super proud of it. Being the first time we've got to play a full game together as a line with all the different pieces we've added and how we've grown, and I think in our heads, in our communication leading up to the game, we were kind of curious on how things were going to go, or how we were going to each other were going to play, because you have to feel that out, not just in camp and joint practice and preseason game, but in real game situations. So I think we answered a lot of questions as a group on how, as individuals, we do things and how that fits together as a unit.
So 200 yards rushing in the first game after Liam Cohen spent the entire offseason talking about toughness and running the football. Is that the best? Could you answer that any better than that?
Yeah, again, another thing I think we're super proud of. We played physically. We played with really good technique a lot of the time. I mean, there's a ton of stuff between all 5 of us, and a team, a unit, an offense, everything to clean up. Always going to be. But the physicality we play with, the togetherness we play with as a group and as an offense, getting to our guys, picking up the backs. I mean, that stuff shows on film, and we take that super seriously, and we think it's very important to be the ones helping our backs up, getting to those guys. Like, it's a team effort. They're running, we're blocking, but at the end of the day, we get back in the same huddle, and we gotta go do the next one.
When you're talking about establishing a culture of toughness, it generally falls to the offensive line to be the ones that kind of create that, right?
Yeah, I think it's interesting because everyone plays differently. I've played with guys who you talk about playing with an edge, that meanness, that kind of prick to you. Not everyone plays like that. You look at guys like Zach Martin. Zach Martin played 10, 11 years of unbelievable football, Hall of Fame level football, first ballot, and he played hard, he played tough, he played fast. But he was here all the time, super steady, same guy every day. So as a group, I felt like we did that, and we established that toughness, and now we have it to grow off of and kind of be more physical, more tough, and continue to grow on that front.
How much of a confidence builder can it be to get one win under your belt early in the year?
It's a great start. It's a really long season, and then you kind of come back today, learn from it, and as soon as tomorrow happens, it's pretty much gone. You're back to trying to be 1-0 this week. So you take what you can from the game, which is a lot always, win or loss, no matter what, you'll be able to take a ton. As a group, the coaches get a ton out of it, and we get a ton out of it technique-wise and what we can do. But you always got to start. You got to start back over 17 times and just try to keep building.
Guys come to you and go, hey, Liam, what's he going to be like on game day? You think he can handle this, that kind of stuff? Did they kind of pepper you with questions about him?
No, I wouldn't say so. I think he's done a great job. Liam has done a great job establishing the culture he wants, trusting us as men and as players to be professionals, and in turn we've tried to return that to him by doing what's required of us, doing what we're supposed to do all the time. So I think in the short amount of time we've all been together, a level of trust has been built, and people saw like what he did in Tampa last year. So there's an idea that this can be us too if we do everything right. So trying to give back the trust to him that he gave to us and let it come together like it did.
It didn't seem like he was in here earlier talking about, I'm really happy for the guys. It didn't seem like, he was, I don't know, like too impressed with getting the first win, you know what I mean? He was more concerned about with you guys, but what do you think it meant to him to get that first win in his first game as an NFL coach?
I'm sure it meant a ton, but if I know anything about him, kind of like what I said just now, it's great, super happy about it, enjoy it because it's hard to win in this league, but just about now, 3 o'clock today, we got the Bengals,
How about Brenton Strange in the blocking game? What does that do for this offense?
Unbelievable. That was a lot of fun to watch. Watching on film, that kid plays so hard, run game, pass game. I mean, he blocks his butt off. He's down the field catching balls. He's a real weapon for our team, and I felt like I noticed that in camp a lot. I mean, being new here, a lot of people knew what Brenton Strange was about. I did not, and getting to see that yesterday, live and in person, I mean, he's a weapon.
First full game with Trevor, just what was that communication kind of like throughout the course of everything?
Very smooth. Didn't really didn't come up, so that's a good thing. It was just we were just rolling. We had so many reps from the beginning of April to now. I mean, I think we all feel super comfortable in that huddle with him leading us. So it was excellent.
What's there to clean up?
Lots, always lots. Penalties for sure. Too many of those. A couple pre-snap, a couple holds. Offensively, I'm talking about obviously, but very controllable things. There's always going to be a multitude of technique and fundamental things to clean up, especially on the offensive line position. So talking about that group, there's so many variables every play, and you have to do so many little things to make the block correctly. Feet, hands, eyes, and adjusting to what the defense does because they're not just standing there either. So coming off that win is great. You love to coach off wins, and you love to learn off wins because it feels good. Like I said, it's hard to win in the NFL. But you can't get lost in the fact that there's so much more that we can do and so much better how much better we can be as a offensive line group, as an offense, as a team. Those are the things. Chasing those things are what's going to make teams great.
Are the controllable things like penalties and hand placement and technique easier to fix than some of the uncontrollable things?
I mean, yeah, if it's out of your control, how could you fix it? But really, everything is in our control, I think, you know? Like, pre-snap, that's us. That's communication. That's just being locked in. Holding, like, I had my hold. I was a little too far. Try to get back to the backer, but I just shouldn't have put myself in that position in the first place. So you take it, and then when that situation comes up again, you remember that the first time and adjust accordingly. Awesome. Thank you, guys.